Have you ever heard the story of the man who thought he was invisible? No, this isn't a sci-fi movie. This is the true story of MacArthur Wheeler, a man whose unbelievable crime spree in 1995 left police and psychologists completely baffled. It's a tale so strange, it sounds like it came straight out of a comedy film. So, let's set the scene. It's Pittsburgh, 1995. A man walks into two different banks in broad daylight and robs them. The strange part, he wasn't wearing a mask. No ski mask, no bandana, nothing. He just smiled at the security cameras before walking out with the cash. Later that same day, the local news broadcasted the crystal clear surveillance footage. It didn't take a genius detective to figure this one out. An informant recognized Wheeler immediately and tipped off the police. Within an hour, they were knocking on his door. When the police arrested him, Wheeler was genuinely confused. He reportedly muttered, "But I wore the juice." The juice? What on earth was he talking about? The police were just as puzzled as you probably are right now. Under interrogation, Wheeler explained his master plan. He had learned that lemon juice could be used as invisible ink. You write with it, let it dry, and the message disappears until you heat it up. So, logically, he thought if he covered his face in lemon juice, he would become invisible to security cameras. He wasn't even joking. He was so confident in this idea that he even tested it beforehand by taking a Polaroid of himself with lemon juice on his face. The photo came out blank, which he took as solid proof. Police suspected the film was just faulty, or maybe he'd accidentally pointed the camera away from his face. Either way, in his mind, the science was sound. He was ready for his big, invisible heist. This bizarre case caught the attention of two social psychologists, David Dunning and Justin Kruger at Cornell University. They were fascinated by Wheeler's absolute, unshakable confidence in his own flawed logic. How could someone be so wrong, yet so certain they were right? This led them to conduct a series of studies. They tested students on grammar, logic, and even humor. What they found was a consistent pattern. The participants who performed the worst on these tests were also the ones who most drastically overestimated their own ability. They weren't just incompetent. They were completely unaware of their own incompetence. Conversely, the top performers often slightly underestimated their skills, assuming tasks that were easy for them must be easy for everyone else too. From these studies, a famous psychological concept was born, the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's a cognitive bias where people with low ability at a task overestimate their ability. It's essentially the idea that you need a certain level of competence just to be able to recognize competence, both in yourself and in others. If you lack the knowledge in a particular area, you also lack the tools to accurately assess your own performance. It's why your uncle thinks he could coach a professional sports team from his armchair, or why someone who's watched a few online tutorials thinks they can build a house. They don't know enough to know that they don't know enough. The story of MacArthur Wheeler serves as a perfect, albeit hilarious, illustration of this. He wasn't trying to be funny. He sincerely believed his lemon juice invisibility cloak would work. His lack of understanding about chemistry and optics was so profound that he could unsee the gaping holes in his plan. So, the Dunning-Kruger effect isn't about being stupid. It's about a blind spot in our self-awareness that can affect anyone, in any area where they lack expertise. We all have our lemon juice moments. The key is to be humble enough to recognize that we might not know as much as we think. It's about being open to feedback, never stopping learning, and maybe, just maybe, not trying to rob a bank with fruit juice on your face. So, the next time you feel supremely confident about something you've just learned, take a moment to think of MacArthur Wheeler. It's a good reminder that a little bit of knowledge can be a dangerous thing, and true wisdom often begins with admitting you have a lot to learn. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the strangest corners of history and psychology. See you next time.